Alright, so I want to do an update on that 200 I got at that school. It was painted black. Did try to scratch some of this off, found out it was that beige color underneath. So I wanted to bring it back to the original color, the paint. I got talked to Custom Vintage down in Hollywood. They said to use Goof Off. So I went ahead and I'm actually using a little bit of lacquer thinner from an automotive shop that I talked to about my application, what I'm doing. And they prescribed a specific type of lacquer thinner for that would help not ruin the plastic underneath. So I did a light base of lacquer thinner on top just to kind of soften the paint, and then I used Goof Off. I sprayed that on there and probably took 5 or 6 times to do that, and it is coming off, and the plastic is in really good condition underneath. It's not hurting it or nothing like that. Looks maybe a little bit lighter in some spots, but I figured just put some Armor All on it at the end. So I've got my other coat here of Goof Off. I'm going to take off here in just a little bit, but it does work. You can get it off, and it's not going to hurt your paint. So I'll give you guys a final product when it's all done. So this is a lacquer thinner I'm using. It flashes off really quick. Like I said, I only use it right at the beginning, just a little bit, and just I rub it in so it doesn't really penetrate all the way through the plastic. I just don't want to run the risk of it touching that underlayer onto the plastic. So I just put this on, rub it in pretty good, let it flash off, and then wipe down a little water, let that set and let the water evaporate, and then I put the Goof Off on it. Stuff works really good after just one coat. It's already showing that it's cutting through pretty good here. So I just literally just put it on the top like this on there. Then I grab a brush, a bristled brush, and scrub it around, and I let it actually set inside, not outside, so it doesn't dry out here. Just scrub it around on there with the brush, and yeah, it works good. So there we go, I got a nice thick layer of that Goof Off on there. I just use the brush to push it around and get it on the pores and not scrubbing it, and just to let it set for a while, let it soak in. So that's what I'm doing. Let me show you how this is actually coming off pretty good here. Elbow grease. And this is just my second layer of Goof Off. And this spray paint was on pretty good, or whatever they used, it was on here pretty good. And you just gotta do some scrubbing, and it comes off. Now I did put some Goof Off on, let it set for about 20 minutes, come out, scrub a little bit, put more on top of that Goof Off, let it set for 20 minutes, and then it's got a little bit heavier grade bristle brush here. You can see it's coming off, and it's not going to hurt that plastic. These are areas here kind of a little bit harder, so I'm going to focus on that in a very different way. But yeah, it's working. It's coming right off. So here's the end product. After I went ahead and stripped it, came out pretty good. I'd say 98% of it all got gone off of there. There's a couple spots, like in the back here, they're scuffed up so bad that it's hard to get it out of the actual scuffs. Other than that, it all came off. I'd put it on the big spots, to rip down the paint itself. I would use the lacquer thinner, on spots. There's a little bit left there, I still gotta get taken care of. But the lacquer thinner, I just rub it on, to where it would get it down to close to where you can start seeing it kind of, through it, not too much because I don't want it to set on that plastic. And then I just apply the Goof Off, and it literally, I would apply it over and over and over again, and then I'd just take a thick brush and I'd scrub it. It just took a lot of coats, and I let it sit for a half an hour to an hour every time. It did not affect the plastic at all. I would just scrub it, and it came off. It just took time. There's times where, you know, there'd be an area here on the corner. These corners typically tend to want to hold the paint a lot, and I would, you know, maybe take the lacquer thinner on the spots that weren't quite coming, and I just rub it down, you know, to where it would start coming off on the rag, and it'd just be black on there. And then I would just wait till it started to kind of show through, started getting kind of tacky. Then I just take some water. I just kind of, you know, rub water on this to stop the lacquer from going any further, and I let it dry. And then I would take the goof off, and I just spray it, just totally saturate it, and just let it almost like it was just overly saturated. And then I just let it sit for a half an hour to an hour. Then I'd scrub it, super scrub hard, and you know, it came off. It took me probably, you know, on the top here, it probably took 10 times. You know, 10 on each area. It just took a long. I just go hang out with my family and kids, spray it, come back after an hour, and then scrub it and wipe it off with the towel, and then keep doing the same process until it came. And you know, sometimes you'd have to take the brush and just hit hard on it, you know, but it just didn't really affect it. It did not hurt the plastic at all. So that's how I got this to look like that, and I was actually blown away. I gotta give the guys at Custom Vintage Keyboards in Hollywood, LA, they're the ones that kind of turned me on to that goof off. And I just gotta give them props for kind of directing me in that route. But it's definitely quite a bit of work, but I'm pretty happy with it. So that's what happened here. Here's the back of it. You can only see it's a little dark in here, sorry, but yeah, turned out really good. So I just want to do a quick video as well. Here's the sound of it. This is just literally right out of the school. And I mean, geez, that's all I do is turn it on and kind of clean the pot a little bit in there so it isn't so crackly. But yeah, it sounds pretty sharp. So yeah, it sounds really nice.